Hey guys, it's a Q&A today. JRSP20Draw asks, "Hey Samuel, I want to know if you can do a Q&A video which you can explain me what the hell a Mac is and what are the benefits." Sorry for the way I look, I just woke up, so yeah. Anyway, you want to know what a Mac is? How can I explain this? You know the creators of the iPod? They make computers too. In fact, they made computers before they even made the iPod. They've been making computers since the 70s. In fact, the first computer that could play games was a Mac. It was called the Apple II. And Macs were first created in 1984. When Windows took over the industry, they told their users to think different. Here, I'll put that commercial in here. Before I do that, what are the benefits? Well, you don't live under the Windows monopoly that is basically engulfing the system. The whole computer industry is basically Windows now because they've been forcing it down our throats since the 90s. In the 90s, they took us over by, making Word only available for Windows for a while, forcing offices to get Windows computers, which made them take over the industry, because then if you had a Windows computer at work, you had to have one at home. And then for 10 years, about 7 or 8 years, people only knew Windows because Apple and IBM, which were the only competitors with Windows at that time, faded away. Then a free operating system came out called Linux, which is basically Windows, but everything's free. So, yeah, Windows isn't that much of a complicated system, whereas Macs are. Basically, Macs give you everything you need out of the box, unlike Windows. Windows, you have the Tower trial software right out of the box. With Mac, you get two things of trial software. It's only two things you get. You get Microsoft Office 2007-8 now, trial, and iWork 08 trial. Now, I know what you're going to say. Well, what am I going to type my documents with? Well, neooffice.com has the best office suite I've ever used. And the benefits with the Mac are, well, movie making and every aspect of movie making, photo sharing, everything's easier. And now, I don't personally need that, but the Mac is just overall good. I've never had a crash with it. And with a Windows computer of this age, I've had several crashes. Vista is the worst operating system I have ever used, ever. Worse than Windows ME. Now, here's the commercial. Okay, the Think Different commercial didn't work with the audio, so I'll just record it with this. Sorry for the quality.
Here's to the crazy ones. The misfits. The rebels. The troublemakers. The round pegs in the square holes. The ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.
There you go. Basically a company who tries to think differently, who tries to make their operating system, work better. It's basically Windows, but prettier, easier to use, not as much crashes. There is still crashes. Not every computer is perfect. no viruses because nobody uses it. Nobody uses it, so that's perfect. Perfect reason to get it. Since nobody uses it, you could have the no virus protection. It can even run Windows. In fact, my Mac runs Windows XP Professional, Mac OS X, and Ubuntu, but I just took Ubuntu off because I have it on another computer. So, yeah, you literally get the best of 3 worlds on one computer. But if you are a real PC gamer, just buy and build your own PC. Because the Mac, even though it's good, it doesn't have as much customability as you taking it apart than the PC. So stick with the Windows computer on that one. Now just for fun, I'm going to put an iPod commercial.
Take my hand and come with me because you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. I say you look so fine that I really want to make you mine. 4, 5, 6, come on and get your kicks. Now you don't need the money when you look like that, do you, honey?
I can already hear people say, well, you said they created Apple computers in the 70s, but you said they created a Mac in the 1984. Well, yeah. The first Macintosh was created in 1984. All the computers before that were like the Apple II, the Apple III. So they were the first one to make a desktop system. Everything else was BIOS. So what they did is they created the first desktop and called it Mac OS 1. So essentially the first Mac, the Mac, was made in 1984. The Apple computer was made in the early 70s. I don't know the exact date, and I'm too lazy to look it up, so yeah.